Well, welcome. Thank you all for being here today. We're going to talk today about the Learning Assistance Center, which is basically our tutoring. It's the free tutoring that we offer here on campus. And this free tutoring is located on all of our campuses. It's on Canis, West, and South. But on this campus, it is actually located in 302. And if it's on the third floor, you go up, it's the very far corner building, or very far corner room. And we offer tutoring in a wide array of subjects. All maths, sciences, we offer chemistry and physical science. We also offer Spanish, accounting, psychology, statistics. We formerly used to offer calculus. We're still working that out again. And our tutors have a wide array of degrees. We have everyone from no degree to someone with a doctoral degree. They have a PhD in chemistry. Myself, I hold a bachelor's degree from UALR in psychology. And I'm working right now a master's in social work degree in social work. So most of us in the room are very credentialed, we're very educated, and we're very specialized in this field. So we're not just students who did well and you can get tutored. You can tutor now. To start, I'll go ahead and have schedules for you guys. I'll pass them out at the end. One of my instructors has now told us that every time you get a piece of paper, the first thing people do is they start looking at the piece of paper. So I'm going to make you guys not look at the piece of paper. To sort of go over our expectations when you're in the tutoring lab, we expect you to come prepared. What that means is that you've read your text. That is universal in every single class. You have to read your text. If you haven't, we really can't start because we don't know where you're starting. So when you come into the room, we always assume you've read your text. We also assume that you've done your homework. Now, of course, you're coming to tutoring. You probably haven't done your homework. So the reality is, if you've tried to do your homework, if it's wrong, I'm not going to sit there and make fun of you because you did something incorrect. I am actually going to help you to get to the correct answer. And at times, I'm going to be teaching you material, and you know what? You're going to be teaching me. Because you're going to tell me how you learn, how I should explain things, and how I should go about explaining them to you. And that's really what our service is all about, is helping students, helping you. So if there's ever a moment that you're not sure what we're doing, say it. Be open, be communicative. That's something that we really encourage in the tutoring lab, is for you to give us feedback, and we'll give you feedback. For example, I have worked in the tutoring lab as an English tutor for approximately 5 to 6 years. In that time, I have read many pieces of paper, some of them not so good, and some of them have been stellar. But the best students I've ever had have said, stop. What do you mean with this? I can't understand this mark you just made. What does that mean? Please tell me what that means. Because you're engaged, you're active, you're wanting to learn. And that's what at the Learning Assistance Center we're looking for, is for you to be active, engaged. And even though you may not be excited about taking English Comp, we want you to get something from it. Even if it's just how to use a comma. If I can help you to understand how to use a comma, I'm happy. And hopefully you will be happy and you'll feel accomplished. We also have a few rules in the Learning Assistance Center. One, always bring some sort of an assignment sheet, especially if you're in English. Because every single instructor has a different expectation. And some instructors have different style changes that they put into MLA, APA, Chicago, Turabian, or any other writing style that's out there. Sometimes they'll say no cover page. And I have to know that. Because if you come into me for tutoring in psychology of how to do APA, and I tell you how to do a cover page, and you go turn it in, and he says, no, I did not want a cover page, you could get counted off. And that would be my fault because I understood your assignment incorrectly. So always bring some sort of an assignment sheet. Always bring, if it is something in a math, always bring your book. If it's in English, try and always bring your book, because believe it or not, we do not have every story memorized. I'm sorry, I do not have Chaucer memorized. I will never have Chaucer memorized. So please bring the book so that I can look through it with you. And so you can show me passages that were important to you, and I can show you passages that could be more important, that could fit your point a lot better. Additionally, we do ask that you do not bring food into the room. That is just a matter of cleanliness. And frankly, when you bring very tasty things into the room that smell wonderful, I get hungry and I get distracted. I'm pretty sure you get hungry and you get distracted too. So go ahead and just, we ask, put it in a container, we can put it on a shelf. Drinks, however, are fine. We as tutors have drinks, and we don't expect you guys to go without a drink. Of course, we mean water, sodas, we don't mean any illicit substances. Those are clearly not allowed on college campus. Additionally, we ask that you do not bring children into the lab. This is both for their safety and for the concentration of those in the lab. When you have a child running around trying to play and have fun, it's distracting to other students. So we just ask that you, if you have a babysitter, to please utilize them. If you don't, you can set them outside if they're older. We do have a lounge area outside of tutoring labs in some locations. But if you don't have any, please arrange some sort of ability to take care of them. It also keeps things nice and calm. I don't know about you guys, but when a little baby comes strolling into the room, everybody wants to start looking at the baby. And we all start going, ooh, baby. So, please don't bring a child into the lab. Additionally, if you have an essay, we ask that you do not come to us an hour before it's due. That is very, very difficult to manage if you bring me an essay. I have had essays brought to me that were due 5 minutes ago. And they ask me, oh, could you look over this? Could you tell me what I'm doing wrong? And I look at this paper and the style is wrong. There's poor punctuation, spelling is poor. They didn't follow their thesis. When you do that, we get into trouble. So please, we ask that, I think our official rule is anywhere from 2 weeks before it's due. So if you have a paper due on the 30th, try and bring it in 7 to 14 days. Now realistically, we understand sometimes it's going to be due in 2 to 3 days. We'll still look at it. We're not going to turn you away. But we are going to say you're cutting it close. Because any of the style changes that we find, that we mark and we say, hey, you may want to look at your comma rules, you don't have enough time if it's due in 2 hours or in a day. In terms of a tip, I told you guys I was going to give you some tips. And when you're doing your paper, write it, then put it away. Put it away for a day. Then come back and look at it again with fresh eyes. And an instructor recently told me, hey, read it from the end up instead of from the beginning down. You'll start catching more errors. And that's just sort of a tip that we really encourage in the tutoring lab. We're always going to give you ways to help you in your processes. We're always going to strive for ways to assist you in your learning. It's not about us learning, because we've learned this. We have degrees in it. It's about you learning. Additionally, we ask that you bring any notes with you that you have in the class. Because if you don't bring notes, I can't tell how the instructor is thinking their class through. If you just come to me and say, oh, I'm in chemistry and this instructor wants me to do this assignment. But if they really pay attention to how your compounds are done, clearly I'm not a chemistry tutor, and how you put things out, and they don't so much pay attention to the terms you use, I need to know that. Because I need to be able to say, hey, you need to have the correct shapes. You don't have to have the correct terms. Or vice versa. We need to know what the instructor is thinking, what they want, which is a very big role in tutoring lab. We tutor how the instructor teaches as best we can. So if an instructor has told us and given us notes that say, oh, I'm really focused on this material, Not so much this. I'm not going to do this with you. I'm not going to work on polynomials if they're really, really looking at your order of operations. If they want to make sure you can add, subtract, multiply, divide, and do it in the right order, of course you should hit that subject hard. You should not spend all of your time tutoring something. And additionally in math, it's very important because every math instructor does their math differently. Some are looking for the end answer, some wants to see the process. We have to see that, so please bring your notes. That really helps us and that'll help you. Another expectation that we sort of have in the lab of you is that you're not coming in for us to teach. We're here to help you, not to teach you. You have an instructor and you pay a lot of money for a reason. So please don't come to us and say, oh, I missed class the 30th, we did this, could you teach it to me? That puts us in a pickle. We want to help you at the Learning Assistance Center. We want you to succeed. But at the same time, the instructors have asked us, and we honor that request, to not teach you, but to assist you and answer questions you have. So please bring concrete questions in when you come to see us. Again, don't ask us I don't know what math is. That's a big question. Instead, say, oh, I don't understand how to add this problem number 12. How do you do that? We can help you with that specific question. Okay, so there's a lot of information, but the big one sort of to tell you guys is, in the Learning Assistance Center, we're people. We want to help you. We want you to succeed. We have all been working here anywhere from 6 years to a year. But the common goal in all of us is we want to help you succeed. And we want to use our experience, our knowledge, our expertise in doing that. But we can't do it if you don't come and see us. Because we can't go and search you out if you're having a problem in your paper. As much as I would love to read minds, I cannot. So please just sort of come and see us. Come into the lab and just say hi if you don't know where we are. We'll say hi, and then we'll promptly get back to work. We have no problem with people coming in to say hi, as long as it's brief. We have no problem with people coming in to sort of scope out, to see who's there, to get schedules. That's what we're there for. We're here to help, and we're here to make it as accessible as humanly possible for you. Because as a student, trust me, I know it gets hairy, and it gets very difficult very quickly sometimes. And it can snowball. That's what the tutoring is here for, to keep it from snowballing on you. Okay? So I do have these schedules. I'm going to give them out to you briefly. These schedules lay out a few things. First, we have a schedule we always put outside of all of our rooms, sometimes in the room, a schedule that is by subject. These will tell you when we have tutors available in math, English, chemistry, physics, accounting, and Spanish. This will not break down who is in the room. So if you want to come see, for example, if I was doing English and I'm only here from 2 to 3, and you come in there at 9 in the morning, you may see another tutor. This does not break that down. The good news is we do have something that breaks that down. On all of our campuses, we have a by tutor schedule. This will tell you the tutor. For the North Little Rock, we have Lucas, who does math, Doug, who does math and science, Meredith, who does math and science, Mary, who does math and science, Jesse, who does English, Don, who does Spanish, and Ashley, who does accounting. I know that because I have a list of their names. This list changes throughout the semester, and we don't mail these out each time because if we did, you would have tons of emails. So you come and get these from us. Also, please make sure, if you really love Meredith and you want to come see Meredith, we understand. We understand that each student works with a tutor differently. So if you work well with Meredith, keep working with Meredith. We're not going to force you to go to Doug. But if Meredith is not there on a day, we will offer you to go see Doug. So always be willing to change, because the reality is sometimes it just won't work out. Then we also have online tutoring schedules. The online tutoring has been here since I started about 5 years ago, and I'm pretty sure it's existed before that time. But online, that's where we do English, math, chemistries, and statistics. Statistics is only done online because I can't be here offline. And to get on this online tutoring, you basically go to the Pulaski Tech website, click on Current Students, and at the very top you'll see a button. And that button will say Live Support. When you click on that, if it says online, we do have somebody online ready to tutor you at that time. Click on that button and you sign in, filling in the fields. It says name, email address. Please fill in your email address. If I don't see that prompt saying, hey, you're calling me, I have to email you back. So that I can say, what was your question? Please, I would like to assist you, but I need to know your question. If you don't leave your email address, I can't get back to you. Please leave that email address. You can fill in whatever you want on your name. Please fill in the email address with the correct working email. It facilitates me getting back to you. After you do all of that, a window should pop up. You'll see a red text that says, for example, my name is Jeff. It'll say, Jeff, how may I assist you today? I did not type that. That is automatic. You have to answer that so that I know what you're wanting. If you don't answer that, I'm not going to type hello, hello, hello for 30 minutes. General rule of thumb is you have about 5 minutes, and then I have to close it. The reason for that is, if my window is open, I cannot receive another call. I can receive it, but I can't open it, I believe it is. So you have to get me that information quickly so we can get through it. With that said, our services, even though it is tutors, we have received general college questions and we will answer them to the best of our ability, but do understand it's to the best of our ability. I do not know the procedures of financial aid, but I can definitely look up when your change check is going to come out. That is on the website. I can look that up readily. If you ask me, for example, a question on chemistry, I'm sorry, I can't answer that. Just like Meredith, who does chemistry, cannot answer a statistics question because her expertise is in chemistry. Additionally, we offer some workshops on various subjects. We offer workshops in English, in math, and in science. We also used to offer student skill workshops, stuff like study skills, stress management, but those are on a request basis. We do have schedules of those. I have recently started putting them up on Blackboard and announcements. Thankfully, all of you, every single student on campus, is in our Blackboard shell. You can see those announcements. In fact, if you click on the tutoring shell, you should see a big long list of announcements. I think it shows 3 of them, the next upcoming 3. In fact, today we just had an English workshop. I'm not sure what it was. I think it was thesis statements. You could have gone in there and they're an hour long. You can bring in food, you can bring in drink, you can bring in, well, we asked not to bring in children, but if that happens, it's very informal and it's voluntary. In fact, some instructors, ask your instructor, some instructors give extra credit for attending. You can get extra 5, 10 points just by coming up and learning how to use commas. You know, it's there as a service to you because we know that not everybody can get to tutoring lab. Not everybody can do the online thing. Not everybody can work a computer. But some people, during their lunch hour, yeah, they can come up here and assist. And that's what that's for. It's for you to have an avenue to get special information that you may otherwise have problems with. For example, we will have an MLA and an APA workshop. Students have trouble with their styles. Jesse, who is our English tutor, he has a master's degree in English, so he knows his MLA. I'm working on a master's degree in social work, and I worked in psychology for 5 to 6 years. I know my APA. We have specialized knowledge in them. So if you have a problem with those, it would be wise to come see people who have expertise in that during the time you can. With that said, sometimes you can't get online, you can't get offline, you can't go to the workshops. We also do have emails. If you ask a tutor your email for their email, more than likely they will give it to you. But you have to ask. And that's the key. You have to ask. You have to seek out our services. Because we cannot come to you. Most of the time, you have to come to us. Okay? Are there any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Is there a class or tutoring that has when they can show you how to use the calculator?
Yes, we actually have a workshop that they do work that. However, Meredith is very good at our calculators. So she will be more than glad to show you. She can't sit there for 2 hours and show you every button, but we can work through and show you the major ones you're going to use for any math. For example, you really do not need, linear regression when you're in intermediate algebra. You may need addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, square roots, and squares. So we can show you where those buttons are located. And additionally, we have some programs. Some instructors have things like Pythagorean theorem and factoring programs they've given to us, so we can then take that and we can put that on the calculator for you so that you have access to it. But we're not going to give you 50 programs to help you make your life easier so that you can program your way through math. And related, in the English workshops, we do like to give sort of a mini guide that you can take with you, and we always have available our MLA and APA guides, which I wrote with Martha Matthews, that'll help you formatting your paper, setting it up in Microsoft Word, and getting it going. We have tons of resources that we've developed for you guys, and it's just a matter of knowing it's there and taking advantage of it. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, but what was your name?
My name is Jeff Walker.
Jeff Walker, thank you.
Yes. And just to give a little background, I know I didn't do that. My name is Jeff Walker. I've been working here at Plascotech for approximately 6 years as a tutor in every single form of tutoring we offer. I started originally in tutoring online. I did that for a few years, and then I transitioned into the in-lab tutoring. And then after the in-lab, we have a program called supplemental instruction, which is basically we have a tutor go and sit in the classroom, model good behaviors, and they offer sessions outside of the classroom. And they work with the instructor to very closely monitor student progress and to address needs as they come up. We offer supplemental instruction for select courses. We're working on getting that information up somewhere, hopefully before the semester starts. So if you want to get in one of those, they are available. But you can always ask us. If we have the information, we'll be glad to pass it along to you. And after supplemental instruction, in-lab, online, I've now transitioned to a different position, but I've been working in the same department now for about 5 to 6 years. And now I'm at UALR, working on my degree. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Okay, well, I want to thank you guys for coming. Thank you. I hope it was informative to you. Feel free to, after we're finished here, I will gladly give anyone my email address who wants to email me and ask any questions independent of this. Because again, it's all about access. It's all about you guys knowing we're here and being willing to ask. Because we can't seek you out, you guys seek us out.
Very helpful, thank you.
Thank you very much.